Hi students, in the last lecture we have seen how asexual reproduction take place in lower organisms. Okay, now today we are discussing about the different ways of asexual reproduction in higher plants. In higher plants, asexual reproduction take place through the vegetative parts. You will be knowing what is meant by the vegetative part of a plant. Vegetative part means the part of the plant other than flowers, because flowers are the reproductive means part of the plant. Okay, the sexual reproduction take place through flowers, so they are the reproductive part. The other parts, root, stem, leaves, these all are vegetative parts. So vegetative reproduction take place through this leaf, stem or root other than flowers. I hope you understood the term. Now vegetative reproduction, vegetative propagation take place in two ways. Naturally it take place, and the second one is artificial method. Artificial method means we human beings will be doing it. Okay, now first we will see the natural methods of vegetative propagation or vegetative reproduction. We studied about this in 11th standard in morphology of flowering plants. In morphology of flowering plants, we have studied the different types of modification: root modification, stem modification, leaf modification. So in that we were discussing these different methods. By example wise we will say, then you will be remembering. First, root. In root modification we studied about root tuber. Okay, in that sweet potato, asparagus, dahlia, these all were examples. This root tuber means they will be underground and they will be swollen due to the storage of food. So in root tuber there are different types. Like sweet potato means it will be a single, means from one node a single root will be arising and the aerial branches will be going up. So single way they will be seen. Asparagus and dahlia, they are seen in clusters, in groups. Okay, sweet potato they are actually seen single way below the soil, not in groups. From one place only a single one will be arising. Whereas asparagus and dahlia they are seen in groups or clusters. Okay, so that way root tuber there are two types. Now stem also different types of modification we have studied. In that underground stem modification, I hope you remember, in that rhizome, stem tuber, bulb, this way different examples we have studied. Even comb, okay, that was there. These all examples comes under stem modification. Now we will see one example. See rhizome, ginger and turmeric are examples. Rhizome means they grow just below the soil horizontal way. Okay, there will be scale leaves, all they are stem modification but underground stem. Okay, below the soil they are seen. Now stem tuber, the best example is potato. Potato, it is again underground. The adventitious roots below the soil, at the tips they will be becoming swollen due to the storage of food, and these globular structures are known as stem tuber. Typical example is potato. Potato is a very common thing which we know, and in that actually the nodes are present. That nodes are known as eyes of the potato. These all things we have studied in 11th standard. But you have to revise it now also, because it is a topic which can be asked in 12th standard. Okay. Now, so that is about stem tuber. The third example what is given is bulb. Bulb, again it is actually an underground stem modification. Here stem is means flat structure. From that scale leaves are arising. The scale leaves are fleshy due to the storage of food, and that fleshy leaves we use. Onion, actually onion, very common thing again we use in our day to day life. So these all examples are we are using it every day, and the things you can remember that way. Okay. So three things: rhizome, stem tuber and bulb. These are stem modifications. Now leaf modification. In leaf modification, bryophyllum, a very common example from lower classes, you are studying about this. The leaf, from the margin of the leaves, buds will be arising. Through that it is getting propagated. Even kalanchoe is also an example for leaf propagation. Through leaf cuttings it will be propagated. So this all we studied in modification in 11th standard, but that all actually that time also I said it is used for the propagation of the plant. Okay. So it will be the pictures I will show you. See here, root tubers. First one, dahlia, which are seen in clusters. This is sweet potato. I told you from each node there will be a single tuber is arising. So these both are root tubers. Now rhizome we have seen in stem modification. See this ginger, it is a rhizome, actually horizontally grow just below the soil. Even turmeric is also same type rhizome only. Okay. Stem modification. Another stem modification, stem tuber I told you. So stem tuber example is potato. And see this onion, actually it is example for bulb. It is another stem modification, underground stem modification. This is the stem. See this is the stem, and these are scale leaves which are fleshy, and this we use. Okay, this stem part we cut and remove. There will be roots below that, and we cut that hard thing which we cut and remove while cleaning onion. So these are the scale leaves which we use for making whatever curry or whatever. When we use onion, these parts are using. Okay. Then another examples which it is not mentioned now in 12th standard, but still this comb, it is again stem modification. Okay. Then this one, aerial modifications of stem, stolon. Okay. Then sucker. Stolon actually a runner, but growing just above the ground. Okay. And this is sucker, again runner, but below the soil it will be. Then here this is a runner which will be growing just on the surface of the soil, and you can see from every node the roots are arising and aerial parts are arising. Okay. This again runner, common runner. Okay. Then this is again another type of runner, offset. Offset means it is in the aquatic medium. It is seen here. It is water lettuce. Then Eichhornia. These they are also seen in water, and offset is the method of propagation. Okay. So these all examples we have studied in 11th standard, but just go through the topics. It can be asked in 12th standard also. Now we have to see this year the artificial methods of vegetative propagation. So natural methods already we have studied in 11th standard. Now 12th standard in details you have to study the artificial methods of vegetative propagation. So here also the vegetative parts of the plant we are using, it can be stem or root or leaf, but we have to do. If a stem cutting means we manually will be cutting the stem and then planting. So that is what is meant by artificial method. Okay, naturally it is not taking place. We have to do it. Now one by the example we will see. That is first one is stem cutting. A very common method of means artificial propagation, that is the stem will be cut and it will be planted. Here the thing is that there should be more than one bud should be there in the stem. A mature part of the stem we have to cut and we have to plant it. That part planted portion will be growing into a new plant. So that is happening in stem cutting. So cutting, it can be through the stem, then it is stem cutting. The same thing can be with the root, then it will be root cutting, or from the leaf, then it is leaf cutting. So cutting we can call it as a common term, but according to the part it can be stem cutting, root cutting, leaf cutting. Okay, a small piece of any vegetative part, it is having more than one bud, it is used for the propagation. Here you can see stem cutting. See the portion here, this from here a portion it is being cut, planted over here, and there buds are it is growing, and again from that the new flower is coming. Actually rose plant, or normally we propagate by stem cutting method, and you also will be actually practicing. Examples we will see. This is leaf cutting. The example given is Sansevieria. Here you can see the plant. Okay, Sansevieria. Here the leaf blades are cut into pieces, approximately 3 to 5 inches long it should be, and it will be inserted into a growing medium. Then that leaf will be growing into a new plant. Okay, we have to remove the leaf, and then it should be planted in the medium. It will grow actually a new plant. Both roots as well as shoot will arise. Okay. Next root, here stem cutting as well as root cutting examples you can see. Here see, stem is cut from here, it is planted and it is grown into a new plant. Here the root cutting, see this, the root is being cut, it is planted, then from that the new shoot is arising. So cutting, a common thing which we practice while gardening all, it can be stem cutting, leaf cutting, or root cutting. According to the particular characteristics of the plant, we will be selecting the method, and that way we will be doing this artificial method of propagation. Now we have to see the next one, that is grafting. Before growing into a grafting, one more example is shown. This example, blackberry, it is given in your book also, how root cutting is done. In that you can see. Okay, here see, the root is being cut from here, and it is planted separate, and it will be growing. So it is done in blackberry all, and you can see the plant over here. So by root cutting, this blackberry can be propagated. Okay, so root cutting the example. Next method, that is grafting. Grafting means here two plants are involved. Okay, there will be a stalk as well as a zone. Stalk means the plant which are rooted. See, stalk, you can see here, stalk is the plant with the root, and zone is the plant with the shoot. So two plants are involved in grafting. The plant which is having a strong proper root system, that will be selected as the stalk, and the zone will be actually, if any quality we have to inculcate in of one plant to another plant. join. So that type of one scion will be selected and it will be joined to the stalk plant, and see it will be wrapped and waxed for after some days, after few days when we actually open this both scion as well as stalk, that graft region will be united. Okay, so that is grafting means. Both the term keep in your mind, it is being asked in board examination also. Scion is the plant which shoot system or stem we are selecting, and stalk is the plant whose root we are selecting. Okay, both stalk as well as scion. So that is grafting. And grafting itself, again different types are there. Splice grafting means this way, in a diagonal way the cut is done. Then crown grafting is there. That means on the stalk actually there will be different cuts done. To that many scions will be attached. That type of different methods of grafting it is there. Anyway, for you just grafting a common example that way. And one more thing is there, that is bud grafting. Bud grafting, or commonly we call it as budding. But here budding is the artificial method of vegetative propagation. We have studied about budding in lower animals method of asexual reproduction also. That time also I said the question when it is asked, you have to check what type of question it is, because this year board question there was write about budding, which is the artificial method of vegetative propagation. But when I was checking the paper, majority of students have written about the natural method of budding which take place in lower animals like hydra, is told. You will not get marks. Okay, so the question you have to study first. Budding, the term comes in lower animals, lower organisms also. In higher plants it is an artificial method of vegetative propagation. So here budding or bud grafting means a single bud will be joined to the the stalk plant. So here bud we can call as the scion, and the large plant whatever we use, it is the stalk. So in rose, apple, or this budding we used to do actually in artificial method. Here a bud will be separated, and that bud, see from here you can see the bud is separated, and this is the stalk plant. There you can see a cut is made, isn't it? So to that cut this bud is inserted and it will be tied. Okay, it will be tied, and so the shape of the cut is T, like T letter of English alphabet, the capital letter. So it is known as T budding also. Okay, and this bud is inserted over here and it is tied, and after some days this bud will start growing on the stalk plant. So in gardening all we use actually different colored flowers on the same plant. That way all we can actually make we can make plants more attractive in gardening. All one rose plant itself different colored flowers. That way all we can actually propagate by this bud grafting. Okay, one method of artificial propagation. Now the last one, that is tissue culture. Tissue culture, we will be studying about tissue culture in 11th lesson of 12th standard topic. In details we have to study, but just it is an artificial method, so we are mentioning over here. Tissue culture means actually here a part of the plant. It can be the shoot apex, it can be a cell or a tissue or a part of the plant. We can call it as explant, which we remove it from the parental plant. So here see apical meristem. Children, do you remember what is the peculiarity of apical meristem? They are actually meristematic cells, fast multiplying cells. So from that a portion is removed. Okay, that shoot apex. We call it as X plant because the portion of the plant which is removed from the parented plant for culturing, that portion is known as X plant. Now it is taken into a culture medium. Okay, this culture medium will be having all the nutrients which is required for the growth of the plant. Okay, and there means in that medium, after some days we will be providing some plant hormones also, like auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins. So here for shoot development as well as root development take place. Okay, for that root development we have to give more auxins, and shoot development we have to give more cytokinins. This way procedure is there. So this details all means I will teach you in chapter number 11. Okay, today only you should remember about this term tissue culture and how it is done, just an idea I am giving. And here after this all means hormonal application, what happens, that X plant will be developing into a seedling, you can see here, and that will be now we can plant as a potted plant, we can plant it. So this tissue culture method is also used in agriculture. And here one more term it is given, that is micropropagation. That means the propagules, micropropagules are separated from the plant. A protoplasm, the cell content, each one is a micropropagule, very small unit of the plant, only it is meaning that. And that will be cultured and it will be propagated. Okay, so enormous number of clones or copies of the plant can be produced. Why I am not telling in detail, the detailed study is there in another chapter, so there we will discuss it again. And still if you have any doubt you can ask now also. Okay.